Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So in today's video, we would be discussing about scoping rules. So guys, what is scoping rules? So these are the type of rules that controls the records that you see in a particular S object for that matter. So that means it allows the users to see particular records based on particular criteria, right? And if we are saying about the criteria and records, let's check the availability for the scoping rules that they are available for all your custom objects, but for standard object we are having a limitation for account, case, event, lead, opportunity and task. So we are just having these records, so that on the standard level, so on our scoping rule applies to these many records only, right? Now moving further here is that scoping rules doesn't restrict the access of users. Instead, what they do is they help you focus on the right set of records. That means if you are having, let's say in an org there are 100 records, and you are just and you just want to see some around, let's suppose 40 records, so it would only help you around these 40 records. But the main catch here is it is not limited to 40 records. The users can see those 100 records also apart from these 40 records. That means the remaining 60 records also we can view, right, based upon the conditions. So let's see what are scoping rules with an example. So we are in our object manager, and I have opened this for our account object. Right, now in here if we see, we have this option called scoping rules. So let's understand what is there. So see, scoping rules is sharing grants access and filtering refines your access, right? In here it is written sharing, and this is filtering. So that means by default our access to object or records would be based on the sharing rules, right, as and OWD. So on these two conditions our criteria would be added, and over that criteria we have our scoping rules, right? It is not directly over the query, but it is over your OWD. It doesn't override your OWD or sharing rules. So based upon the scoping rules you can see the filtered records, right? Now if we just create a new rule, so we can define the rule name and the full name and description, right, and is active in order to make a rule active or not, right? You select which users this scoping rule applies to. Now one thing here to note here is this is based upon the criteria of user. That means it is specific to different users, right? So if a user living in two different countries needs to see different records, then also we can make these rules work. So these work on the per user criteria. So let's say we have fields, these are the display user fields like email, fax or other things. So based upon that we can select what criteria we want. So in here we define the current logged in user data, current logged in user detail. If that matches, then what we want to display defines this section, what records would be displayed. Okay, so in this, let's see what is the criteria is the record field, and we can select which field, because we are in the account object, so we would be limited to the account fields, and similarly goes to other objects also. So we can check, okay, this based upon this user we want to display those accounts only whose let's suppose if user if user location location is let's suppose USA, then they should see those accounts whose billing country or the shipping country is USA. So we can see these records only. And where would we see these records? So these records would be shown in list views, as well as in your search query. Search query means SOQL, right? As well as it would also display in your reports and dashboards also. So based upon the scope criteria, we can see them in the list views as well as your uh, report. So in your if you go to Salesforce home, and in here you see your account list view. See, for now we have all accounts, and if we select the filter type, then we can change the filter by accounts, my accounts, and scope. So if we enable filter by scope, then and save this, then our scoping rule, if there is any present, would work, right? So in that case you would be making use of scoping rules, where you need to show some specific accounts, or you want to make the user focus on those account records only, and not that the user should see all the accounts, because if they don't have anything to do with those accounts, then there is no need to show those records, right? Even eventually they can search the records, because they are your internal users based upon your sharing and visibility that you have set up. But yes, this is just like a focused view, if you want to say in brief terms. So this is your scoping rule. So I hope you got a idea how scoping rule works, and in which situations or which conditions you want your users should see a limited set of records, right? So if that helps, do give us a like and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.